Before we get into today's video, I've got 3 things for you. Number 1, if you want to get a notification whenever we post a new video, make sure you ring that bell. Number 2, there's a TCG Player affiliate link in the show notes. After clicking that link, every purchase you make on tcgplayer.com helps support this channel. Number 3, you'll also find a link to our Patreon where you can support us directly. And now, kick back and enjoy the show.
What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to another episode of The Spike Feeders. This is a competitive, but with a question mark at the end of that one. This is a competitive game with some interesting contenders. I'm going to be starting us off in turn order today. I am Bill, and I'm going to be playing Grenzo Dungeon Warden. It's a deck that you have seen on the show before, if you watched like since season 1 or 2. Probably.
I don't remember when or if I've played it, and I'm the one that edits the videos.
Yeah, and it's also your deck. So, yeah, I'm playing Elliot's Grenzo Dungeon Warden deck. It is a Doomsday deck, and the main feature is that you build the piles upside down. You build the piles upside down so that you can activate Grenzo Dungeon Warden's ability to put creatures from the bottom of your library into play. So you use Priest of Urabrask, Priest of Gix, and Zealous Conscripts and Kiki-Jiki as your main way to win. There's also, I think, a Goblin Sledder in the pile as well.
Sometimes.
So now everybody knows. So please don't surgical extraction me. Or, no, I'm thinking of Grasp. Praetor's Grasp.
Praetor's Grasp.
Yeah, Grasp. Yeah, so we're going to have a good time today.
Right. I am Jim. I am playing mono red today, so I will be neither Praetor's Grasping nor
surgical extracting.
Good.
Nor Sever the Bloodline.
Sever the Bloodline.
That's also a black card.
Yeah. I won't be playing any of those. I'm playing Bosh, Iron Golem.
Cool.
This is a mono red artifacts list. It takes a lot of inspiration from the KCI combo decks from Modern, which is awesome. It runs the extremely complicated KCI combo. Yeah, it's like great. This is built by a friend of the show, Francis the Bard. So shout out to Francis on Twitter. I just put a call out and I said, show me your spicy decks. And this is one of the ones that came up and I'm like, Bosh, I am here for it. I didn't even look at the list before I decided I wanted to play it. And then I looked at the list and I was like, wow, this is really cool. So it runs like KCI, it runs Underworld Breach stuff, and a whole lot of cheap artifacts. So I'll either do a whole lot of nothing and lose, or do a whole lot of nothing and then win. Those are my options for today.
Nice.
Cool. Nice.
Look forward to it.
I'm Jen. I'm playing Korvold Food Chain today. I don't often play Food Chain. I think we can count on one hand the amount of Food Chains I've played since season 1.
Very true.
This is a deck that I did play, though, a couple seasons ago. So it's a little bit different than like Prosh Food Chain or First Silver Food Chain or Chemo Food Chain. So yeah, we're going to abuse Dockside Extortionist is the main thing. So I'm excited about that because, as you all know, that is one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, fair. It's a balanced, fun card.
Yeah.
I'm Elliot. I'm last, as usual, it seems. And I am playing my Kess Dissident Mage deck. It's had a retooling since the last time I would have played it on the show. Mostly inspired by Wedge from West Coast Commander. And if you hang around many of the cEDH discords or stuff, you probably know who Wedge is, and we'll link somewhere to...
Wait, like the Wedge?
No,
not that Wedge.
Not that Wedge. And yeah, I'm going to do Kess things, mostly involving consultation, and then some other stuff sometimes. Let's see if I can keep it secret.
So those go first. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will start us off, and I'll draw a card. I'm going to play as a Mountain, and I'm just going to kick back and relax past the turn.
Boy, here's where we find out. I kept a super greedy hand, just so everybody knows. I'm really hoping this is a land. Let's see. Oh, it's not.
Oh, no.
This is a disaster.
Oh, no.
I would like to play this Forgotten Cave tapped.
Oof.
Then cast this Jeweled Amulet. And pass the turn.
All right, well, I'm going to draw this card. I'm going to play this Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to crack it going down to 39. So I'm going to get this Bayou. And I'm going to tap the Bayou for a green, and I'm going to cast a Birds of Paradise. And then I'm going to pass my turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to draw for my turn. Ooh. Spicy. I'm going to play this Verdant Catacombs, and I'm going to crack it going to 39. I'm going to get this Underground Sea, And then I'm going to cast Sleight of Hand.
Oh, slightly.
Slight me, daddy. I'm going to look at the top two.
I don't know what I'm saying. Meow. I've watched that intro actually 1,000 times. It's the best intro we've ever made.
That's too bad. I'm going to put this one into my hand, and this one on the bottom of my library.
That's how that card works.
That is how this card works. I thought it didn't, but it do. Pass the turn.
All right. Draw. I'm going to play Gemstone Caverns.
That's a really good card.
I'm going to use it to cast Felwar Stone. Currently taps for both of my colors. Pass.
Wow,
Okay, on top.
powerful.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
I'm the smartest man alive. That's what it is. That I for sure didn't just rip off the top.
for sure.
And I'll crack it, go to 39. I'm going to play this snow-covered mountain off the wooded foothills. And tap 2. And tap it. I'm going to cast a Guild Globe.
Ooh,
Sorry,
card.
what?
ETB draw card. And I can tap 2 and tap it and sacrifice this to add 2 mana of different colors.
Different.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Pentad Prism, or no,
No.
it's
Terrarian,
Terrarian-ish.
but guild colors.
Draw card. And I will pass the turn.
All right, so I'm going to untap, draw this card.
The mono red deck has drawn as many cards as the Grixis deck at this point in the game.
Expect that to continue.
Guild Globe OP. Watsy, please.
Want more like Guild Goat.
Guild Goat OP. Watsy, please play. Play Wooded Foothills.
Yeah.
And I'm going to crack Sid Wooded Foothills. Going to 38. All right, I'm going to get a Taiga. Continuing to fetch for the correctly themed, etc.
That was a good sentence.
Oh, Jerry?
I'm going to start. I'm going to cast a Carpet of Flowers.
Uh-oh. You fool.
Foolish.
I've
We
betrayed
can
us all.
only blame Ellie.
He's activated his trap card.
True.
Actually, I'm going to cast Carpet of Flowers with my Bayou and
Okay.
float this red
Okay.
because I'm good at sequencing.
Okay.
Then I'm going to then I'm going to enchant Elliot with a Curse of Opulence.
Ooh, I do love opulence curses.
Curse of Opulence.
We make mana when we attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever enchanted player.
We make treasures.
I'm going to attack Elliot with my
With your
Bird of
bird?
Paradise
Wow,
Oh.
that's crazy.
to generate a treasure.
It's so good. It's
that's
so much better
banking.
than tapping a bird of paradise for mana.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Golgari.
Sweet.
And we all do that when
Whenever
when-
you attack me, you guys also make one. But
Yeah,
then he
but I-
doesn't.
I-
Yeah,
yeah.
he always gets one.
And then I'll move to my second main phase.
Mhm.
I will add a green
Mhm.
because Elliot has this island right there.
One
And
island.
cast an Elves of Deep Shadow.
Yes, sir.
And pass turn.
Jan is the #1 threat to America right now.
Oh, yeah.
I will untap and draw. I can't attack myself, can I?
You don't have any creatures.
What? You don't know that. I'm going to play this Wooded Foothills. And I'm going to crack it. Going to 38. I'm going to get this Volcanic Island.
Ah!
Stop!
You know. I'm going to cast this Felwar Stone. I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, untap. Draw. Interesting. I'm going to play this Swamp. And what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to tap this Swamp, and I'm just going to cast this Imperial Seal.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll pass priority on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep. No
Jund,
checks.
what do you want?
I'm going to search for this card off the Imperial Seal, and I'm going to lose 2 life.
38. Welcome to the rest of the table.
Yeah, just trying to catch
Jim's
up,
at
you know?
39.
Jim's on the throne.
I'm going to
Should
tap
back him
this
now.
Felwar Stone for a black, this Mountain for a red, and this Gemstone Caverns for whatever mana minus a luck counter is. I'm going to cast
Colorless.
Grenzo, Dungeon Warden, X equals 1.
Specifically colorless.
Well,
Do
be
it.
cool. Grenzo.
No effects.
Grenzo.
To Grenzo.
Go.
De
Grenzo.
De Grenzo.
Ah, de Grenzo.
Pull it all
I
night.
apologize.
City of Traders.
Ooh.
This is bad.
Whoa. He all of a sudden has a lot of mana.
I do like City of Traders as my third land drop. Because I just never have to play land ever again.
This is cEDH. me.
Okay, I'm going to tap this City of Traders to sacrifice the Golem.
Mhm.
I'm going to create 1 red and 1 black mana.
Okay. Like it.
I'm going to use the red mana to cast Gamble.
Oh.
1 black floating.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no effects.
Okay, so after gambling, I have 6 cards in hand.
Oh, perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you want to roll or can I?
No, I don't want to roll.
Okay,
I
well,
trust
I'm
you,
gonna do it.
William. Don't let us down.
12.
Oh,
Maybe
Monopoly
I do
rules.
wanna roll.
12.
Here we go. 1.
One.
That's this
Okay.
card. Wow. Underworld
Oh.
Breach.
Oh,
Ooh.
that feels like the card that you tutored for.
it might have been.
Okay, so I have 1 mana available.
It is black.
It is black.
Black.
I'm going to spend it and 2 other mana to cast Cloud Key.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I have no effects.
Yep.
Cloud Key.
You bet.
Okay, so
Choose a type of card.
yes, I am going to choose Artifact.
Whoa. I didn't see it coming.
That's crazy.
Right. Then I would like to cast the Soul Ring for free.
No.
That's so good.
Then I would like to cast this Mirror Retriever with 1 colorless floating.
Yep.
And I would like to use that colorless to put a counter on Jeweled Amulet.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That play was so good.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Wow.
That was so juicy.
He played a
Oh,
lot of
that's
stuff.
Underworld Breach was indeed not the card that I gambled for.
Okay.
It was the Soul Ring, so that I could make that play.
That's nice. I was hoping to top deck a Dockside Extortionist.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5,
6,
6.
7, 6.
I thought about Dockside Extortionist.
Huevo Dorado.
This is not under my control.
I think long
That's
haul Cloud
fine.
Key is better.
Hmm.
Cloud Key's really
I
good.
countered it, but it is so.
Yeah, I like Cloud Key.
Okay, well, I'm going to target.
I bet
Elliot.
me. I bet it's me.
It's
It's
Elliot.
me, guys.
It's 100%.
Oh, that's wild. As if you guessed that.
And I'm going to add 2 black. I'm going to play a Polluted Delta. Assuming that's what Elliot's next land's going to be. So, preemptively. Then I'm going to crack this Polluted Delta, going to 37. I'm going to get this Badlands.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, and I'm going to spend this 2 black, and I'm going
this is
to
bad.
tap 3, and I'm going to cast Korvold,
Mm-hmm.
the Fey Cursed King.
Uh-huh.
Effects.
No effects.
Yep.
Okay. Korvold enters the battlefield. I have sacrificed another permanent. I'm going to sacrifice this treasure. Korvold gets a 1/1 counter, and I draw a card.
Wow.
Yep.
Then I will move to combat.
Mhm.
And I'm going to attack Elliot with my Elves of Deep Shadow, triggering my Curse of Opulence to get a treasure.
That's crazy. Anybody want to bolt it?
Yep.
I'll
It's not a
take one.
bird.
I'll
Can't
just
bolt it.
flash in Bosh real quick.
It's a 6/7
Yeah,
with
we might
trample.
Huck the Mirror Retriever at it.
Yeah, I go to 37.
All right.
Kobe.
And with that, I believe I will pass my turn.
Alrighty. I will untap, and I will draw for my turn. I'm going to cast this Mystic Remora, which is a little late.
Yeah.
It still feels pretty good.
Yeah,
It's me at least.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
here now. And I'm going to pass the turn.
You have a land?
Nope.
And specifically not a polluted delta.
No,
I'm gonna draw a card.
my whole life is a lie.
Wild. Swamp.
It's half a bad lands.
It's lands.
Yeah. Or bad.
Bad.
I'm gonna tap 2 black and then another black for 3 black total. I'm gonna cast Doomsday.
Pass priority.
Pass priority.
Oh, Mystic Remark trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Mr. Kamara trigger.
I cannot.
I will draw a card. I have no effects to Doomsday.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
I will go to 19. All right, So off of Doomsday, I do have to remove all but 5 cards. So these are going to be the cards that I'm removing. And then I have 5 cards here in a very specific order. I'm actually going to put these just out of the way so that I don't have to deal with them. Doomsday is also exiled?
No.
Graveyard? Interesting.
It is now the only card
Okay.
in our graveyard.
I'm going to attempt to activate Grenzo Dungeon Warden by paying
Yep,
2
pass
mana.
priority on that.
Ooh.
I'm going to crack this treasure
Mm-hmm.
to make a green.
Okay.
And trigger Korvold.
Is he gonna noxious revival the key to the top? Very.
The Doomsday?
Yeah, right now all he
Right,
can target is the
Doomsday,
Doomsday.
right.
So,
Go ahead.
okay. I'm going to reveal the bottom card of my library, or I'm going to put it into my graveyard. If it's a creature with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, I'm going to put it onto the battlefield. It is Dockside Extortionist.
So good. What's it count?
Yes.
That's
7, I believe.
5, 6, 7.
Oh,
8.
it's so
8.
good.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to put Dockside Extortionist into play and make 8 treasures.
I don't think I've ever seen Dockside Extortionist in a Grenzo pile before, but it seems very good.
Yeah, this is very
It's way
powerful.
better than the priest.
I'm going to activate Grenzo again. And speaking of the priests, Priest of Gix.
Oh,
Just in case. Have an extra 3 black. Use 2 of the 3 black to activate Grenzo again. Get 3 red.
so you've got 1 black, 3 red floating?
Yeah.
Yes. Then I'm going to use the black and 1 of the red to activate
floating.
Grenzo again to put Kiki into play. I'm going to tap Kiki to make a copy of Dockside Extortionist.
Ugh.
I guess...
Ugh.
I guess now is when I have my response, but it is not very good.
Will it matter? Like, you can just activate Grenzo in response to whatever you do.
Yeah, but that, in theory, wouldn't have mattered. But my response is Chain of Vapor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He can, for sure, just recast his Kiki,
yeah.
so it does not matter.
Yeah, so what are you casting it?
Yeah, I will bounce Kiki Jiki, I guess, in response to it targeting Dockside.
Okay.
What if you bounce the... I don't know, because he can recast the Dockside too.
If because if I bounce it targeting, or if I target the Dockside, the Kiki target doesn't go through, but it doesn't matter because you can just activate Grenzo.
Well, yeah, like if you hit the Dockside, then he gets the Dockside. Well,
I get the Dockside back to my
Yeah,
hand,
right.
and then I just cast it again.
so you need like...
I still have a red floating.
Yeah,
You have 2 red
yeah.
floating.
and
Yeah,
if I
right.
target the Grenzo,
He
he just
recasts
activates
Grenzo.
it again, and he doesn't even have to.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
no,
So yeah, okay. So Chain of Vapor targeting Kiki Jiki.
sure.
I'm going to use my 2 red that I have floating to activate Grenzo in response and put Zealous Conscripts into play. Target Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
Untap, tap, make a Zealous Conscript.
You can just do that too.
Yeah.
Yep. Interesting.
Make infinite Zealous Conscripts is
Choose a number,
my
please.
Graham's number.
Good, you got it.
Okay.
Can we put that up on the...
No.
I would like to use Nuth arrow notation to determine that I'm making
Stop
3
talking.
arrow 3
Shut up.
Zealous Conscripts. I'm going to send 1 arrow
Oh,
1.
hang on.
Oh.
When you move to combat,
Yeah,
this mana leaves, and
Yeah.
the Kiki Jiki's in your hand.
that's true.
Because it doesn't
Oh,
become a
true,
new
yes.
object. Yeah,
That's true.
come on. Bill's trying
That's
to
true.
cheat us here.
Okay. Combat.
Carry on.
Eh.
I get a treasure, and
You
you
do.
get a treasure too.
Oh, I do.
So actually, I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to crack this treasure in response.
Sounds
for a
good.
It
black.
can't matter. Rock Dust Charm?
Oh.
That'd be really good. I got an Autumn's Veil. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, cool. We died.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I had in my hand Goblin Engineer and a Memory Jar. I was kind of sad that I discarded the Underworld Breach because I wanted it.
fair.
So I had a really interesting decision point at the gamble.
Yeah, it felt
So
like you did.
Yeah.
I had pulled Soul Ring because I had the Cloud Key in my hand, and I'm like, okay, I've got a line here where if I like play the Cloud Key, I also picked up KCI. What was the other one that I picked up? It was KCI,
Soul Ring.
Soul Ring, Dockside, and maybe one other card. But anyway, they were all basically value. I was like halfway to my combo engine being online,
Mhm.
but without any kind of cost reduction or ramp. I like couldn't get it over the finish line, right? Like if I grab KCI, I'm casting it at full ticket, and then I'm like just sitting here naked with a Mirror Retriever and a KCI with nothing else going on and no other tutors.
Yeah.
And I would have had to pass the turn. I mean, I guess I could have sacked my Dual Amulet into the KCI for some mana to get it going, but I didn't have the other piece.
Yeah.
So I went with the Soul Ring. It was slower, but I feel like it was more like a guaranteed whatever. And if the play passes around to me, then I can Memory Jar into something, potentially.
Yeah, you just get to refill your hand.
Yeah, I think maybe we cast like the Goblin Engineer and the Memory Jar for 4. And then like just see what we end up pitching. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't particularly close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess I could have Chain of Vapored in response to the first Grenzo activation, but you still make a million treasures.
Yeah, I was thinking about your Chain of Vapor line, and the best line is to activate it in response to the Grenzo if I didn't have a Dockside Extortionist. Like if I just went for the regular line of Priest, then I wouldn't have had enough to recast Grenzo and also activate it.
Yeah.
My other piece of interaction in my hand, well, I had 2 technically. I had a Pyroblast, which was really bad this game.
Just a dead card.
Just totally dead.
And then the other one, which was really awkward, was Drown in the Loch. So Grenzo's CNC was 2, or is always 2 because it's X, and he had just the Imperial Seal pre-Doomsday, and then just the Doomsday post-Doomsday.
I'm so good at this game. The best there ever was.
Really funny.
I was hoping to hit like Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay off the Korvold.
Yeah.
Man,
that would
if
have made it a lot more awkward.
Rakdos Charm after he made a million and attacked, that would have been bonkers.
Yeah, that would have been big plays.
I had a Necropotence in my hand, but otherwise I was just like attacking people with Korvold.
Yeah, if it got back around to me, I had an Intuition, which does get a pile that wins, but only with Kess already in play, or with enough mana to still cast Kess. It's Consult Thoracle, 1 black, return a creature from your reanimate. But yeah, that was a good one.
I did like I was saying before, I did really like seeing Dockside in this pile.
I don't think well, almost certainly, I don't think I've played that deck on the show since Dockside's printing, and that is a really strong addition.
Yeah.
Especially being 1 power. Like,
yeah, like it's
gross.
feels pretty good.
Maybe just like cut the priests now for interaction, for deflecting SWAT, and like
like you probably don't even need both of them or either of them.
Either of them. I mean, technically, I guess if you're like Artifact and Enchantment Light, then you might be able to whiff on the Dockside pile.
Yeah.
So maybe it's good to keep them. But.
Something that is relevant, since you make so much extra mana most of the time with Dockside Extortionist, if you have extra spots where you don't need the priests, you could add Dual Caster Mage as a counter spell in the pile.
That's true.
That's cool.
That's just a thing you can do.
That's cool.
And it's a 2/2. You don't even need to have him buffed yet.
That's crazy.
That's really funny.
That's sweet.
Maybe back to the drawing.
I was gonna say maybe I need to give
maybe this is my deck now. This is really sweet.
Yeah.
Elliot's about to be committed to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's it for this week. And we'll catch you not next week, but the week after.
Thanks, bye.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. And you can click this link to check out our other great videos.